guess it won't. Hello, Teaquilters. Today is Saturday, September 7th, 2024. It is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for 2-hour live sew-in chat. So, I am going to be piecing the rows together on my row cotton boll quilt. So, I came in about a minute early just so that I can give people time to get their notifications and come into the chat. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me pull you guys up on my phone here so I can read the comments. So Sue GSD is here early today, saying hello to you quilting family. 291 days into the absolute best retreat of 2025. Whew, okay, we almost about to go into the 80s, 280s. Okay. Loaded and quilted a capsized quilt in 3 hours. After fiddling around with tension, ready to start second quilt, same size. I am in the zone. So cool. I figured out what was my issue with long arm quilting. I didn't even bring that quilt in here, now that I think about it. But yeah. So thank you. Darcy is here. She's saying give T your thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe. And hit the bell for notifications. Also check her on Facebook page, Teaquilts LLC. I'm live on Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2 hours. And I'm also live on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour, where we have a mix of things, birthday shout-outs, demonstrations, hauls, whatever. You name it, it goes over there. So make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Patricia Priest is here. Gloria Jean. Thank you, Patricia, for hitting the thumbs up. Ray Mahone's here. Brenda Perkins. Dee Branson. Bonita Nass. She says working on a quilted clutch. Quilt Gal's here. Thumbs up is done. Just listening. Brenda Foley. Brenda Perkins saying her rent's paid. Vivian Calvey. Michelle the Quilter. C Joy Creations. That's funny, Sue. You said capsize. So I figured you was talking about a super large quilt or something. I was trying to figure out what is capsize. She meant lap size. I'm going with you, girl. Melody Kiefer is here. Kevin the Quilter is here. Sitting with his mama. So hello, mama. Welcome to Teaquilts chat. Janice Miller is here. Sue GSD. Thank you, Melody, for hitting the thumbs up. Melinda C is here, and her rent is paid. All right. Craft with Love 55. It's been a very long time since I've been on your live. Well, welcome back. Always glad to have people come back. Pretty in Pink, I like it. Thank you, Brenda. And Kevin says, Mama says hi. Cynthia Shades here says evening from Chicago. Sharon Lewis is here saying hello as well. And we're just going to let it roll for people to come into the chat. So as you all can see by my thumbnail, I did make it outside to my deck. And I laid out my blocks. The only, I really don't have too much issue. It was just that I use some fabrics twice in my blocks, and I wanted to make sure that they weren't like right next to each other. And if I randomly put that together with only 30 blocks, there was a possibility that that could happen. Also, I didn't want any of the light fabrics to touch each other when they went from the blocks to the string block. So I'm going to be working on sewing these together. It's going to be a chore. So that's what we're gonna do, and I'll be reading comments in between. Claudette Hall is here. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm starting on a row that only has a block, and then these are quarter square triangles. So that's what we're going to start with. And then also I'm going to be alternating between my next row, so I don't have to sew any chain on and off pieces. So it might get a little confusing, but we're just sewing blocks together. I've got my little cheat chart here so I know, and I've got just tape on the first block in the row. So eventually I may have to start taping each block, but we'll see how that goes for right now. See if I get them mixed up, because I can't tell from the picture which fabric is which, because you know every block is the same. It's just a different fabric, but the hues all look the same. So we're gonna see how this go. I have not been in here sewing since Wednesday. I have actually been long arming. I told you all I was having an issue with a quilt I was piecing. I ended up changing, I don't know what you call it, the washer that's inside the bobbin case, which is not the same for everyone's quilt. So I ended up doing that. And after changing the needle, after like cleaning it 15 different ways, and I'm going to put a pin over here on the left of this, just so that I know it goes to the edge. It always should be one of these that go to the edge, so it doesn't really matter, but you know, just so I know it's not the white block that's the end piece. That's the main thing. So we're just going to be sewing these pieces together, and I changed everything. I cleaned and oiled this machine. I think I should have changed the needle, because I've been sewing through some thick stuff and I feel like my needle is popping every now and then, but we'll see what we can do with it for sewing here. And I'm going to try to remember again the next time to change the needle. Okay. Yeah, right. We shall see. All right. So then this is the end, and this goes like this. So I'm working on what I consider to be rows. It really should be row 1 and 2, but I call them 2 and 3, because let me get this started, because I consider the corner row 1 just so I don't leave it out. Sometimes I'm walking around here and then I can't find my row 1, so I'm trying to put it on ahead of time. Or give it a number anyway. So that's basically what we're doing. We're trying to get pieces together. I'm going to sew technically rows 1, 2, and 3 together. And I might need to be changing a needle. So I'm just going to take this first one off, because remember, nothing over here is only one, the row is marked, no blocks are marked. And I think I'm going to try pressing everything towards the instead of pressing them toward the block, I'm going to press them towards, well, they are both blocks, but I'm going to press towards the string blocks. I feel like even though they got a lot of seams, they're going to be less bulky than my piece blocks. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. And then this is the other side of my row. Let's see. Somebody else has come in. A lot of somebodies. I think Sharon Lewis was the last one. Kevin talking about his mom is laughing out loud, cracking up, talking about she's saying hi to all Teaquilters. He opened a can of worms, right? Deborah Holloway is here. Maddie Barnum. Nikki B. Annette Bailey. Sheila Willis. Says it's cooling down here in Tennessee. Paula M. T. Roberts. Don Cunningham's here. And I think that's it. They say, where is Remo JS? Liz Wilson is here. Says it's been a while. Glad. I can't see the heart. Glad to see Miss T or something like that. I got to catch up. So thank you. Thank you. Area Lady 66 is here saying hi to everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome, welcome to the chat. I think this is the first time I've seen that that name, so welcome as well to the chat. All right, so I don't know if I can stand this popping of this needle, you know? These two are gonna go together, and then I just gotta put the piece on the end. So let's first press this. I think this is the one I have the pin in. I think I'm gonna get some tape and put some numbers up here so I can recycle them. Because I don't think it's gonna work all night. Especially with chatting, I can do pretty good when I'm by myself, but not chatting and trying to keep track of blocks. This one's easy because, you know, I only got 5 blocks in a row and they alternate. Oh, this is Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Says it's been a while for her. Welcome back to the chat. Always a pleasure. Last time I saw you had to have been in March at the quilt show. Not that one, but this one. So I'll show you. I didn't show you what I had sewed on that one, but I'll show you the row. But I'll show you just a peek of what I'm sewing here. I am dealing with bias edges, so I have to be really careful in pressing. Don't want to stretch anything. So what it may not look to you is I'm actually kind of just lightly gliding the iron. I'm lifting it as I'm moving, whenever I move it. But this is what we are sewing together. This. And I'm about to put these two pieces together. Right here. Just dropped it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So I want to put this over here. And then we just have a couple of triangles to put on. So I will do this one first. So I have 3 blocks in this row, only 1 block in the previous row, and then it gets a corner topping, which I call the row, just to keep everything decent and in order. On the edges of my blocks, those are straight of grain, but until I connect the rows together, I still have one side that's a bias. So I'm trying to be really careful with that. All right, so this is technically row number 2. Just so you can see it, I'm going to turn it upside down because I can't hold it by the points otherwise. Right here. I can't show it to you. Got the paper in the way. It just won't cooperate. No cooperation here. Right there. Hopefully you can see it. So, yeah, now we're going to put the top on here. I want to turn this back, but not the light. Oh, okay. I'm lucky if I can talk to myself and see. That's a really good day, laughing out loud. Hi, Diane. Welcome. Oh my goodness. So she, oh, okay. Okay, Sherry, I'm not going to read that part. Sue was sitting impatiently waiting for a reply from Facebook Marketplace about another vintage machine. Now on this one, I have paper on here. I'm going to go ahead and tear it off because your girl don't feel like this was, I didn't tear it off before. So that's all the tearing off I need to do, but I don't want to tear it out of the seam allowance after I sew it. So I'm going to take it off, because I only got one bias edge and I'm about to put it on here anyway. But I am going to fold this to find center, because there is no center marking on this. And then I'm going to eyeball the center of my block because I know approximately where center is. And then we're going to put this on. And I'm going to pin this one because I don't want the corner to move when I get to it. That will probably be the only thing I'm pinning. Let me go over here and press this seam the other way. And put a pin. And over here, I just didn't get a good press that time for some reason. Whoops. I don't want the iron, I just want a pin. So we're going to pin this corner unit on and sew it. And then I'm going to have to show it to you after I sew the other triangle on. So let's go. I forgot when I was in here sewing last time that I needed a new needle. I did everything, cleaned it, oiled it, and I even left the bobbin out so when I came back that I would oil it again. I did that, but forgot all about the needle because I thought everything was done. Okay, forgot. I didn't sew when I cleaned it, so all right. People say she's got it looking at a 301, so that's cool. Love those colors. Love that block tee. Thank you, thank you. Remo JS finally came in here. People say, where is she? They had to go get her. She says, evening, everyone. Thumbs up. Show your love and support for the educated, the queen of scraps of quilting. Subscribe and please stop lurking. You won't be sorry. Just try and see for yourself. So thank you, ma'am. Welcome. Claudette Bettis is here. Joe Carmel Perkins is here. Quilts by Carmel. Says, hey, Miss T and T Quilters, please pray for my neighborhood. We Highland line fire, which is 0%. Oh my gosh. OM to the G. Yes, praying for you. So sorry, Joe Carmel, to stress all of that. And other people in the chat are giving their prayers. They saw it before I did. So thank you guys. Oh my goodness. Hi, Katie Greenland Quilter. Welcome to the chat. And I bought my second vintage machine on Thursday. 221 Centennial Edition. It joins my 2-week-old 301A. Isn't that something? That's Diane. So a lot of people are sending Joe Carmel and her neighborhood. Don't forget her neighbors. Everybody needs prayers. So yes, just to stress all of that. It's so pretty. I love all the color in my neutral block. You know, they're supposed to be like white tone on tones or whatever, but you know, I use prints with mine. I just want to tap this corner down. My long arm sure gonna love this. Y'all know I normally press seams open, but this is too much. I am ready to be done with this. So I got to sew just the triangle on this other side for this one right here. Ta-da! Another triangle. And I need to take this pin out that I temporarily put here, just so I know to keep adding to the other side. Yeah. So we're ready to sew this corner on, and then I can sew these pieces together. Technically 3 rows because I count the corner as a row, just so we're all straight. So I'm gonna then have 3 rows sewed together, because if I wait to the end and I start looking for the corners, I'm not gonna find them. So I'm gonna handle it all at the same time. All right, I did not check this out to sew with this board today, but we're just gonna take some off of here and start sewing so we don't break our thread. I did not plan for this. I'm hearing an airplane. I live close enough to the airport, flying over the house. All right. So we got our 2 pieces, and then I'm going to I got the tape still in my block container. We're gonna make some numbers so we don't have this stress in the future. Okay, just broke itself. I don't want this little bitty side. All right, so we're just we got a row number on the first block, so we're just gonna make some 2s. Oops. Make some numbers to put on the blocks. And just in case I need them doubled up, we'll do that too. We'll put some extra ones on here just in case. I can't remember what's the longest. 11 blocks in the center. So I'm just going to stick some tape here. Don't have to worry about it moving. All right, numbers. Okay. All right. Paula S is here. Very nice weather in southern Maryland tonight. I haven't been outside today. She said she got her quilt sitting next to the door ready to go, and my husband is like, really? Right. Quilts and pictures, girl. Get your favorite quilts and pictures. All right, I'm hoping that that's still on. It is. Just need to press these final rows so I can, well, not these final rows, these starting rows. I felt like I'm still missing some comments. Did I miss some comments? Did it roll on me? I thought out of my peripheral vision, I saw Ken come in. But maybe I'm seeing things. Oh, yeah, Ken's World of Crafting. So welcome, welcome. Saying hello to everyone. It got caught up in the prayers. So sorry about that, Ken. And then Paula M says, always nice to see two Paulas in the room. Very uncommon, laughing out loud. Right. We don't use the simple names as much. A lot of people are getting back into it, though. So we got something we got to press, this top. And I'm going to cut off these extra points, too, because I don't want to look at them later. Cut that off. And this one. So I may as well leave these scissors over here. And press this up. So now I've got straight of grain along all of my outsides now. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I think, let me see. No, this is bias out here. So it's not straight. So far this is what we have. And I'm going to put these two together. Hopefully seams are going opposite direction because of how I pressed. That's what I'm hoping. And these some fat ones, boy. I'm going to pin these just because they so bulky. It's a lot of fabric. And then I need to see what happens to my ends. Mini Doula's here. She's at a game. I can only see the chat. Ooh, I don't remember my sign language. I know this is M. M-I-N-N-I-E. Maybe that's it. Okay, so that's one end. And just getting, I guess now I'm pinning. Because I'm pinning the intersection. So now once I start picking up a pin, it gets kind of hard for me to stop. All right, here we go. My triangles are kind of floating. I don't know. I haven't read ahead. I don't know if we square these things, this quilt up or what. I'm just sewing what I was told. For right now, I can only do one step at a time. And now that I'm thinking about it, because when I sew these rows together, I'm going to have to press them all one direction. I'm thinking I'll have to use my heavy iron, my big iron, to put some pressure on some of these seams, because this is not going to work. Nice and bulky seams. Okay. And this not loud popping needle. It's like I don't have a needle. I can't stand it. So let's just cut this. I'm gonna put in a regular old Smith's needle. I've been using Oregon needles. I'm gonna see if a cheapy needle is just what this machine wants, because I feel like I'm running through needles faster than I have before. Although this project has a lot of seams in it, but still. So new needle over here. And I don't see the bobbin thing. I bought some extra ones, but like, where's the one that was open? It sure isn't in here. It's a good thing I got some extras, right? Okay, so we're gonna try. I have to open a new one because I don't see where the other one is. It's a good thing I'm one of them people that like backup parts, right? And I got another one in there too, okay? Just so y'all know. I was not messing around. Okay. that over there. Okay, so now I can't find the container to put my used needles in. So I'll just stick it in my mat and continue on. Let's put this foot down. I'm gonna try a regular old Smith's needle. I had Smith's and Oregon's in there, but I've been using Oregon's lately. Let's see if it pops. Needle up. All right. I want my tape coming up. Or getting, pieces of lint on it, because from the fabric, getting strings. I got one piece got strings under it. That happens when I'm doing packaging too. I can have tape and I'll go run it along the top of my long arm pickup bar. And I go to put it on the packages and it's got strings. I go, well, they know it came from a quilter. I am not tossing my tape. I'm laughing at Diane's comment. Hi, Mona did what? Welcome, welcome. So technically, with the corner being a row, this is my first 3 rows. So now I'm just going to take this and toss it on my design wall. And I'll be back. Just to put it somewhere. And then we'll work on, I got my block container right here. So I have to step over it. And then we'll work on 4, maybe 5, we'll see. Got them just pinned. So I'm going to put numbers on here. Temporary numbers that I'll take off and use on the next one. Right smack in the middle, so I don't have to worry about them being turned upside down. And then I'll take them off as I join and use them. Okay. Are you adding borders to this quilt? I guess I got them half pieced already. Like, I need to add some pieces to this. I don't have it all done. I've started all the border pieces, but I need to add pieces to it. I don't know if I got these into a number count order, but I've got little units like this, but they get piece add to the top and bottom, and I've got a lot of them, so I hope I got all of these sewed. I've got them laid in here like crisscross, so I'm thinking I've got them, I must have counted, so I'm hoping that count is right. But I've got to add pieces to the top and bottom, and that's going to be a whole nother job, okay? But, I'm trying to figure out, like, why is 2 turned, although it doesn't matter on this block, but it is. We're just going to sew this corner on so we can get back started again. So I'm on technically row 4. That's what we're going to call it. From now on, we're going to use my numbers. And how many rows is it? 12 with the corner, so technically 10. Let me press this so I'll have it ready to add another piece to it. It's all curled up on my sewing machine, looking like nobody loves it. This piece is all wrinkled up too. Hi, Phyllis G. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. This is 3 and 4. Don't lose track of what you're doing, girl. While Kevin trying to tell what somebody is doing. Last time I checked, Jason was a grown man. Jason worked today, but I'm trying to, I guess he out partying. Jason has a very active social life. He has a lot of friends. Five and 6. All right. Do some pressing. It's a pressing issue. Pretty blocks you are putting together. I have misplaced my boho heart book, so I guess that's on hold until I find where I hid it from myself. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm trying to think, did I tear mine apart and put it in a book? Put it in sheet protectors? I can't remember, but I know I had all that stuff booked up so I wouldn't lose it, because I'm good for that. Okay. This looks so wrong. This is my row 4, and this should be over here, right? This is 4. Yeah. This is so wrong. When I turned the number on the block, I should have just left well enough alone. So here we go with a seam ripper. because I'm on the opposite side of the triangle. And can I switch it over? But then I don't know where this other fabric is. That's the problem. I can switch it to the other side. We're going to do it because I don't feel like ripping. If it's touching, it's touching. Okay. It is what it is. So that's the other side. So block 2 just became somebody else's block, okay? My goodness. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I should take it apart. I laid the quilt out for a reason, right? I'm being lazy. And I shouldn't be. And then I'll be mad if it's not right later. So get the seam ripper back out. Who knows where I got it inside of one of my to-go things, my seam ripper that matched this. I do not like holding on to this. You would think I would have another seam ripper in here by now, but I don't. Because I don't have any singles. So, yeah, we got to fix that one day. It's been like this since retreat. I got it in a bag with another quilt. Every time I go out the house, I take that bag with me. And so I need to make sure I have a ripper in it. So that's where it's at. I know where it is. It's just that it's being utilized. Oh, Lord. I thought I wasn't going to be using any seam ripper today. But here we are. Oh, my goodness. And this is the block that got all of these seams that it keeps getting caught on all the fabrics because they're so puffed up that I can't put the ripper in here right. I can't believe that Remo don't have any K fabrics already in her stash. You don't have to use those fabrics. Well, I don't know. Maybe you have to use those fabrics to be in a competition, but I wouldn't worry about that part. I just use what I got. Trying to push this ripper down here. And we're going to pull out the strings later because I don't feel like doing that either. Until they bother me. We'll see. We'll see how bad they bother me. Ripping is no fun. All right. We're going to do this, and we're going to do it right this time. We can put this up because we're not using it anymore. All right. Block number 2. It should be on this side of the half square triangle. All right, here we go. Goodness gracious, just rude. So, let's press this one next. And Joe, Carmel, and Kevin ain't right. Just rude. I got more rude people. I got a rude seam ripper, rude project, and I got 2 rude quilters in my chat. Joe Cormel and Kevin. Remo's reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, ma'am. Guess I'll put this other corner on. And it goes like this. 4, row 5, it goes the same way, and then it changes at 6. Okay. So we put this on here. I did not go press my blocks with the big iron. I just let them go. Okay. Nobody likes to rip. We'll worry about the thread tails later, maybe at the long arm, if it ever makes it there. It's a beautiful quilt. I like it when I laid it out. It's really pretty. Okay. Get a drink. Not a real drink. I wouldn't know how to handle a real drink. All right. Woo-wee. Alrighty. We gotta sew something to get that off, as we try not to break our thread too many times, only when necessary. Well, the needle's not popping, so that's good. Oops, forgot one. Hi, Yolanda Riza. Kevin says we're singing for him to leave you alone. Okay. Okay. I'll take that. I'm sorry, Kevin and Joe Carmel. I'll take that. You're not troublemakers in the chat. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button, Yolanda. Press this one. Bonita says she'd like to get rid of this mosquito. Girl, I got one in here. Been living in here for a couple days. I can't get him. He'll go somewhere where I can't reach him when he see me coming for him. Go up high. Just trying to get this little piece of paper out of here. And why am I fixated on that? I'll never know. It gets, these diagonal rows get long fast, okay? I thought row 3 was fast to get long. No, this row 5 is like, girl, it's like a whole row of a regular quilt, it feels like. It's a big one. I don't have any scissors over here. This is one of those very harsh selvages, and I don't want to leave it in my quilt. It's very thick. These are those scraps that I cut from Cotton Cuts box, and I don't know what brand it is, but I don't want to use it like that. Okay, row 5. Take the pin out. Put some tape on these. And then I'll take all those tape pieces off so I can recycle those. 5, number 6. I only did up to 9, so I'm going to have to make more. Well, 8 really, because one set has 8 and the other has 9. All right. So I'm going to pop these 2 up there, but take these 2 pieces so I can start working. 5 goes like this because the number should be upright. Just don't change it again, Teajuana. Alright, so we'll sew this one so I can take that off and press the seam. And then we're going to sew row 4 and 5 together. So this is folded. This is long. Yeah. I think this is only 5 blocks on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 blocks. But like I said, when you're putting stuff together on a diagonal, it grows really fast. Good night, Mona. Oh, Benita's asking, I guess me and Sue, the question is he getting you mosquitoes or slick? Yep. I woke up because I felt like something bit me, and then I put on something did bite me. I put some cocoa butter on it, and it ended up taking the sting away, which I was surprised. I just happened to have cocoa butter right there without having to move. I've been long arm quilting. Working on Betsy's quilt. She's not in here tonight, or she hasn't said anything if she is. I don't think she is in here because she would normally say something. I'm going to put tape up here. Recycling tape pieces because I got the row numbers already. So they're long already. And I'm going to have to cut some more because, like I said, I only went to 9. I think I said it went to 11 or something like that. So we're just going to fold this up. For a second and just put it right here. And now we'll get the rest of these blocks. Let me tear off this part that's got a string underneath. Don't. It's making a whole piece of tape come up. And I did not see, when I went to, I saw this mosquito yesterday. I'm trying to remember what room was it. It was in the long arm area. And so it wasn't in my room. So I was surprised that when I woke up, I felt like I've been bitten when I took a nap today. I sewed 3, well, not 3. I quilted 2 of Betsy's quilts, and I'm quilting a third one, and I'm more than halfway done. So I got 1 more of her quilts to quilt. And then I guess for this week, considering we had Labor Day holiday, had family in town, stuff like that. So I had some issues with the sewing machine, the long arm. I was trying to get my quilt off on Monday, or was it Sunday? Maybe Monday, because I had to piece a border for it. And so, yeah, I had issues. I told you all about on Wednesday, and they still weren't fixed on Wednesday. So I ended up getting my quilt off on Thursday. So between Friday and today, I finished my quilt and done 2 of Betsy's, and I got a third one on. So 4 quilts so far this week. And that's normally like kind of my goal, because I don't try to, well, I thought I was going to have more this week because that's what I was going for, but that's not what happened. So before is my normal number for the week, just so that because I know I'm doing other things. I was also working with retreat payments, which I'm still working with, which I forgot to go to the post office today. I got to go to the post office. Somebody said they mailed their payment and I haven't gotten it. So I want to make sure their check's not floating around. So I'll go tomorrow. I can check my post office box tomorrow. If I go outside, see, that's the problem. I don't go outside. Let's just sew on this so we can take everything off. Sew this on here. Just chain piecing on some string so that I don't have to cut my thread for people that don't know what I'm doing. So I'm not wasting thread when I'm cutting. Just be a little chain stitch in between. Trying to get all my money's worth. Now we can turn all of these over because they're going to get pressed towards the string blocks. So what projects are everyone else working on? I know what Sue is doing. I don't know if anybody else has shared. I can't remember. I'll leave these in chunks so that I can press them flat when I go to my big iron. So I'm like, I got the first ones together, then I'll put rows 5 and 6 together, and so forth. And you know, I'm not going to get it all done on here. It's already an hour. I guess 6 is technically middle, row 6, but I'm on row 5 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm on row 5, and then I'm reading comments too. So, and I want this quilt done, but you know, I'm not able to sew on it because I'm trying to get people's long arm quilting done. I got one more lady that has a slurry of quilts. I don't even know how many anymore. So I'm trying to get Betsy out the way, and then I can go to her next. And I need to, I guess tomorrow I might, you know, it is Sunday. That's supposed to be my off day. Y'all know how that's going. I will go drop off a quilt tomorrow, I guess. For one girl that I had quilted. It was the first quilt I quilted. She hasn't gotten her quilt yet. She hasn't come to get it, and it was like we were having so many back and forths. The first dates didn't pan out. So I'm like, I don't have time to be worried about one quilt. I got a gazillion quilts to quilt, so that's what I'm doing. Quilting was more important than dropping one quilt off. So, gotta do what I gotta do when it's just me. That's 8. Let's see, do I have? Nope, it's just one. Go ahead and press this. Don is quilting 3 to 4 quilts. Oh, quilting 3 to 4 quilts is a great accomplishment in a week. Yeah. And some of them were big, some of them were medium size. One was, no, they were all pretty big. Like, they were twin size or more, like 60 something by 80 something. The 3 that I did. And the one I had was 85 too. The one for me is 85. So they were pretty, you know, twin size. Mine was 85 square inches because I think I'm going to use it for my travel quilt. So I like them, I fold them in half and I sleep in the middle. So yeah. I've been using the one that I got from Scrap Club as my travel quilt, and I'm like, maybe I might want to give that one a rest. And I'll use this next quilt as my travel quilt. That's why I added a border. I added a border for a couple reasons, because the quilt, somebody else gave it to me and the quilt wasn't square. And which is fine because it's a Bonnie Hunter quilt and, you know, it's got a gazillion pieces in it. So I fully understand. But I wanted to so this going on there. Oh, we need some pieces off. Okay, let's take this off because I need to press it. This one's already pressed. Uh-oh, lost my chat. Once that happens, it just keeps doing it at that point. Let's see what other people are working on. Don is still working on Legendary, ironing and putting some rows together. Glory Jean is working on Anita Good Design Christmas tree panel quilts. Awesome. and starting early this year. Great. Craft with Love says, I'm working on my art journal book. As I listen to you and read comments, I will be quilting tomorrow. Melina Montoya says, hello T and all, trying to hand quilt for the first time. Well, you know what? It's whether you like it or not, because I know I did not. It was not relaxing and soothing, as they said. You know, the people that love it. Okay, here is number 5. Number 4 goes right here. Take that off. Just a little dog ear I cut from somewhere. So 5 is on top, and then I need to add the triangle on the end, which I just put number 9 on just because it didn't need a number, but you know, it's here. Everything gets a number. And my bobbins is saying it's low. I just now noticed it. It could have been flashing a while. I do know when I cleaned it that my bobbin wasn't empty when I cleaned it because I hadn't cleaned it the time before. And so I knew a possibility of it running out on the live. But we'll keep going until it does, because this machine, I love it because it tells me that it's out of thread. It will not let me sew another stitch. Miss Vivian says good night. Good night, Miss Vivian. Deborah says good night to everyone as well. Melinda says she's just relaxing. Yolanda says, well, T, I officially started my first hexagon quilted whatever. I am shooting for a table runner, but I am dreaming about a quilt. Right. Start low. Right. And if it grows, that's fine. So that's cool. Joyce Baker is here. Welcome, Joyce. I can't remember if I said that you were in here. I saw your name, but I can't remember if I said it. Says she's working on 3 panel quilts. I love you, a bushel and a peck. And then my mom sang that song to her children and grandchildren and her great-grandchildren. So that's awesome. Cool, cool. Okay, so I need to find some more pieces. Oh, I need to sew this number 9 on here first, because I think I can flip this back. Should be long enough. And so number 9 to number 8 should be. I put the number on it so I know which way it sits in the quilt. Yep, I just want to double check now because we don't want to rip. I turned it to the wrong side, so then I got confused. I'm like, We do not want to rip again. All right, so that's sewed. Now I need something else. Along with these, maybe? These look really short. These are really short. Trying to keep all like-sized pieces, even though I don't know what I'm doing with them at this time, but it just gives me less that I'm trimming off later. So I don't know what I'm doing with them, but we will take this big one here. It's pretty wide. Got 2 of them too. So this will be my end piece. It's wider than some of the others. And run this through. Don't know yet what I'm doing with them. I'm just making them into chunks, and then I'll decide what I want to do with them, if I need to make them bigger, sew 2 of them together, but just making them in chunks, so that way they're not intimidating to make either. Then if I want to cut like a 6.5-inch square, I could do that too. So just trying not to overshoot a 6.5-inch square, if that's what I do. 9. This one needs to be pressed. And then we can put, oh, we can sew these 2 together. That's what we do. So this is 4 and 5 I'm sewing together, not 5 and 6. Sifarita's here saying hello to everyone. I have not been sewing for a while. Oh. Hopefully you'll get your mojo back. Get back into it. Carol Williams is here. Just finished adding a row to the block of the month quilt. 1 more to go. 1 more row to go. So that's cool. Girl, somebody actually just don't collect them like I do. Somebody actually is sewing them. Okay, because these seams are so thick, this is when I do pin, because we don't want stuff moving all around the place. So we will pin. See how long it gets big fast. Diagonal. That's why a lot of people put their quilts on a diagonal, because they do grow so fast. This is that end that I pieced before and had to rip. So I've got some seam some threads, not seam allowances. I got threads, but we're going to ignore those right now and keep it moving. Patricia says she just finished 90 blocks on my Arkansas Crossroads quilt, ready to put on design wall and sew together. So that was a big accomplishment. I was over here screaming about 30. So that's cool. Oh, yeah, she says she is getting her sojo back. Now back to working on D2M quilt. That's Curl. It's the D2M. I happen to have a pattern sitting right here in a bag. I guess I had them. How many did I have? I had 2 more D2M patterns. I need to put them in my sale stuff, so when I go to my quilt guild, they'll be there for people to buy. I can't wait to see your finished quilt. Me either. It looks pretty. It's motivating to keep working on it because I do like it. So that's one thing. I do like this. So I am motivated Just put a couple more pins in here. And my little bobbin things over here just flashing galore. T, how often do you change needles? When it's popping. I don't write it down. I don't think about it. I'm just sewing. When I hear the needle popping, I heard it popping the last time I was sewing live with you guys, which must have been last Thursday. Not Thursday, last Saturday, last week. I came in here, I did clean the machine, and then just forgot about the needle because I wasn't sewing at that time. I did come back and clean it, but I just forgot the needle part. And as soon as I start sewing, I go, oh, I forgot about the needle. So I change it when it's popping. I'm not one of those people that do what the industry says you should do and change the needle after every project. I don't have money for needles like that, but I do change them when they pop. On my long arm, I actually change them faster than I do over here because for some reason, quilting batiks is harder on my long arm needle than piecing batiks on this machine. But I don't know if I can't remember the last time I changed the needle. It might have been when I was making a bag. Making that bag, I changed needles. I think I sold that. Did I sew that on here or the FOF? I can't remember. I remember I just picked this machine up off the floor and sewed on it last Saturday. So I didn't. I sold this is the original needle that came in here from the shop. No, I changed that needle one time because whatever needle he put in here, I felt like it was popping. So I've changed needles twice since I've had it clean, but I haven't been sewing on it because I've been testing all the machines that have been cleaned. So I've changed needles more on this machine more recent than I have in a long time. And I think it's because I didn't like the shop needle. So then I went and put in a Oregon needle. And I don't know if Bernina wants it, but it's sewing pretty fine. We'll see how long this Smith's needle lasts. It's sewing pretty fine with this Smith's needle, okay? Now, my brother it takes a different brand of Oregon needle than what I put in here, than what I put in my Juki. I don't know why that takes a different needle. And I buy Oregon. It's a different Oregon needle. Different numbering system. And it's in the book. Because I had bought the needles for the Juki thinking that's what I need. And then when the machine came, I had to go back and order more needles. So I kept those needles, and that's what I've been using in here, but it don't like them. We'll see. I'll try it again later because I'm using a Smith's needle now. I'll see how long it goes. I'm going to put another Oregon needle in next and then see if it pops when I put it in. If it pops when I put it in, it don't want that needle. Bobbins out. Just stops. Like, I'm done. It has nothing to write home about. Dorothy says she's working on a round applique wall hanging. So cool. I'm not going to clean it because I just cleaned it. So we're just going to replace the bobbin. I even wound bobbins and put a date that I wound the bobbins this time. So I'm on a roll. This is the first empty bobbin I'm putting back in here. I wound these 10 bobbins on August 25th. So that's when I probably put this machine back up, was August 25th, because I wound all the bobbins then, or close to that date. So we're going to push this in. If we can get it in here. This is what I have problems with, is I'm pushing in the bobbin case into the thing. And I told them that, but they think it's me. Of course, while I'm sitting there with them, it popped in every time, right? And now I pressed it at least 6, 7 times, and it still ain't going in here. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm working on a gazillion 4 patches for Winston Ways by Bonnie Hunter. That's Kevin. Silverita says, I did get Bonnie Hunter's book with the pattern in it. And says, do we have a goal for pillowcases for Retreat 2025? Not really. I never, I don't have a goal number. I'm just trying to say one per person. So I guess that number would be 40. But knowing that everyone isn't going to participate and some people would probably do too. So I'd say it's whatever my retreat number is. We did, I can't remember. We counted. We did 70 pillows. I can't remember. It was a ridiculous number. But we had a great assembly line going. I did 5 of them, I think. And one lady came in and had done 12, 10 or 12 or something like that together, but she hadn't stuffed them. So then we had a stuffing crew. It was a really good 3 hours. I think most people are just going to bring their pillowcases, and we may not even have a sewing session for charity if people just bring the pillowcases made. So we'll see how that goes. And then I'll just help anybody that's making one, maybe, that hasn't made one. I'm going to, also, if you, I don't even know, let me look it up. I'm starting like a newsletter only group since I'm having trouble with my email. If you want to be added to that, you need to send an email to it. And I got to go on Facebook page so I can figure out what that is. Because we just made it up. I think it's Teaquilts News, but I want to make sure it's right. Let's search for Teaquilts. And then I'm going to go, is it in featured by any chance? Yes. Teaquilts News, all one word, at yahoo.com. So if you'll send an email and just in the subject, just say add. If your email is not your name, just put your name down in the bottom of in the body of the email so I know who I'm adding, first and last name. And then if you are a retreater, I will put you into the retreat newsletter group. If you are just somebody that wants to get Teaquilts News, I'm going to also probably start doing sales through there as well. So if you want to be added to that, go ahead and do that. If you're signed up for the 2025 retreat, I'm going to go ahead and add you to that group. If you've attended any retreat, then I'll add you to that group. So anybody that has attended any retreat, I have a separate group for, because you get first dibs on new retreats coming up. You'll get notified before the general public does. And then I have the current group that will only get the information that's pertaining to the year that they're registered in, if you understand what I'm saying. So that way I'm not sending out to the group what our projects are and all of that. You'll have to wait to show and tell at retreat. You don't get all the details, you know. You just get the basics. So again, is Teaquilts News, all one word. And I'm going to see if I can paste it in the live. So I have to get into this chat. And it's going to paste everything that's on there because it's just going to do that, you know. It's just going to do that. Okay. See if I can paste, and then I can delete out what I don't want because this is going to be more than 200 characters, right? So basically, we just want the email. So let me go back to the bottom. And just so you know, you may be getting emails from me. You may be getting emails from a lady named Gail Waisinen, because she's going to be handling some of that when I'm just too busy if I need to send something out quickly. And make sure you add this email address as one of your contacts. So when you start getting stuff, it says, oops, your comment is too long. And I was trying to delete it. Okay, let me just do this. Teaquilts with an S, news with an S at Yahoo. I don't know why it's doing that. Yahoo.com. So just send an email to that group because that's a whole different group. And then we'll add you to the, I'm adding you to the appropriate list. She's got her own list because I think she uses Microsoft Outlook for her mail list, but I use the Yahoo group, so it's going to be a couple different lists. So to make sure you get notified, I forgot to mention that earlier. I put it in the Facebook group. And if you don't put first and last name, and you know, you won't be added either, because I don't know how to add you otherwise. All right, so we're just sewing something to get my quilt top off, and then this is actually going on the wall though, because it's another little chunk. 2 rows is a good thing to do. And I'll see if I can. Did that go through? Because I don't even see my comment. Where is your Juki? Sitting on the floor. The Juki is for bag making. It's not my everyday sewing machine. So my Bernina is for piecing. I bought the Juki and because of having a machine that can make bags. Can you be in more than one quilt guild? I went to my first guild meeting this week and truly enjoyed it, but not sure if it's a fit for me. I always say, you know, you can always go to a guild meeting's first meeting for free unless they have a national speaker. Most quilt guilds, then they'll charge you for that. If they're going to charge you, say, $10 for a national speaker and the dues are $30 or less, then I would say go ahead and join the guild. But you can always go visit a guild before you join it to see if it's going to be a fit for you. I talked about quilt guilds in a lot of my previous videos because I always recommend the quilt guild may not seem like it's a fit for you right out the gate, but at a quilt guild, you got to remember there are so many different committees. People are assigned to do different things. People want to, the other people that are not on committee want to make sure that they hit all the various different committees, because I might want to get into the raffle blocks. I may have an optional block I need to sign in for. I got to do membership. I got to sign up for show and tell. Some people make you sign up for that. It's a lot. And so sometimes you just may not they don't have time to be futzing around. They got so many things that they're trying to do before the meeting starts. And then the meeting is kind of dry because we're running through all the different committees, making any announcements, voting for anything that we need to vote for. The guild meeting is not the place to like really meet people. If most guilds have like breakout sessions where like we meet at the library on certain Thursdays of the month, we also have classes. That's where you want to go and meet people. You want to do whatever they're doing on the side. If they got like a maybe, I don't want to say this because I'm not going, a hand quilting group, or some guilds have where they, oops, my iron is not hot right now. I have to wait. And I'm almost out of water too. Some guilds have where they have like groups of people that meet in each other's home once a week. I don't know what the guilds offer, but that's what you need to find out is what do they do other than the once a month meeting, because that's not the place to meet people. Hey Mary, welcome to the chat. And my chats have stopped coming in, so I'm going to have to go out, come back in. So that was Joe Carmel. So you most definitely, there is no rule that says you can't join more than one guild. There are a lot of people here that are in more than one guild. And what that also does is if there are guilds that have a quilt show, it gives you the right to have a quilt, but also gives you the right to have to work that show in order to put your quilt in there. I think that's the part I keep forgetting to tell you all. You got to be you got to do something at the quilt guild, be a hostess, help set up, help take down, work one of the committees of the quilt show, so that you can put a quilt in the show. It's just not because you're a member all the time. Yes, you're a member, but we need members to do things so that this show can happen, and it can't be on just one person. So if you want to quilt in the show, we make sure that you work that show. So yes, have fun. Join as many guilds as you like. Sue said, oh, they're talking to Joe Cormel. Do you use a size M bobbin in Bernina? Girl, I don't know what size that bobbin is. It's the Bernina large bobbin. That's all I know right now. I don't know. I don't keep up with that. I got too many sewing machines to be keeping up with all of that. But it's huge. This is why I don't press right here. This is too much in this little space. But I'm trying to press it so it'll look pretty for you guys with all these little pieces. And then that's why I'm not putting the whole thing together, because I'm going to press in chunks on my big board. So it'll be a little bit easier when I get there. It's 9:38, so we have 22 more minutes here. I am getting off on time. I ate about 4, but I need something. I don't know what that is. It can be a peanut butter sandwich for all I care, if I got any. I'm not real picky about it. All right, so I need to take the stickers off the bottom. But look at this. This is rows 4 and 5. I mean, it's super long. I can't even show it. Starts right here on the top, but it's all the way down here on the bottom for row 5 because it's getting bigger. So this is 5 blocks and 7 blocks in a row. 5 and 7 blocks. Yeah, I'm going to pop it on the wall. I'm not worried about pressing these right now. I just don't want it to get like really wrinkled with all the little pieces because I don't want to do a hard press. So I may have to put a pin in this. Oh my goodness, that is all the way over. I can't even reach that far. Let's see, I need a pin to pop up here just so it holds for right there. And we'll put one in this corner. Right there. Yeah, I don't have a big design space, so. But yeah, at least it'll keep it from getting wrinkled, and I have some pretty eye candy. Yeah. All right, row number 6 we can start on. I doubt if we finish 6 and 7 in 20 minutes, but it was, I want to say 9 o'clock because I'm chatting, you know. Oh, I didn't take those labels off of there either. So I'll use what I have because I'm only going to do one right now anyway. Four. And I'm going to have to make some more because remember my rows are getting longer. 6, 7. Let's get some more tape because I was making double rows so I wouldn't have to take them off until they were completely done. Oh, I got 8 right here on my, stuck onto my bed here of this tray. So that's 8. So this is the center row of the quilt that I'm about to do. Put this back in my container in case I need it again. Eight, 9, 10, 11. I only need 11. I made 12, but that's okay. And I'll have the extra tape so when I do the, if I need it for the other row, I have it. 9. I might need 12. No, I don't. And this is a corner unit. So we'll just put it on here. 11 on that corner unit. All right, let me read, make sure I'm caught up. Gwendolyn Jones is here saying, hi T, just tuned into your channel. I'm a Bonnie Hunter fan. Have you heard you say your quilt is a Bonnie Hunter quilt? Did you get it from her website? This was years ago. It was free. You know, Bonnie has in November, right after Thanksgiving, mostly through to February sometime, she'll release part of a mystery quilt. This was that at that time. This quilt is called Roll Cotton Boll, Boll. And it was free then. Now it's in a book called Spring Fever. Let me see. Spring Fling by Bonnie Hunter. So it's now a for purchase pattern. So you do have to buy it. So 6 is going down here. We're going to rotate this up so we can not start at a point. That's why I got confused. Because we didn't want to start at a point. And then when I go to the bottom of the quilt, it's going to be the opposite. So I can sew with the string block on the bottom on one side, on the first side, I think. I just want to press this so it'll be ready. Like I said, I doubt if we get this one together, but you know, I'm chatting and commenting. So yeah. What you shying about, Katie. Teresa says, I have a Bonnie Hunter I started doing COVID shutdown. I should go dig it out and see where I left it, laughing out loud. Yep, you're going to have a little meeting of the mind to figure when you got to store back up on them. That's why it's best to just finish them. I got one that's not finished. But I went off her pattern because I just, I did like some of the quilts, but it just wasn't something that I would do the way she put it together. So I never finished it her way. I wish I did now, but I didn't. So I wish I had put it together her way, but I didn't. But whatever. 1 and 2. Hi, Sue Ellen. Welcome to the chat. Hi, Carla Ford. Says she received her quilts back. Gorgeous. Thank you for your beautiful work. Thank you. I'm over here. I was just telling them that I'm working on 4 quilts for Betsy. I'm at 2.5. I'm a little over half. I'm taking that extra half. It makes a difference. Oh my goodness. So yeah. So I'm working on hers. Trying to do billing as I go so I don't have all the billing because I hate paperwork, desk work. Hate it. So I'm trying to do billing stuff as I go instead of waiting to the end like I normally do. I have it all. I always write it on a piece of paper because I need to take it over to my machine to punch in all the numbers. The sewing machine, okay, the long arm system. I have to punch in certain stuff, and then I write down the thread I'm using, things like that. So I always have a piece of paper, but I normally wait till the end. But I'm also trying to put stuff in as I go, so it's not so much. It's like, girl, especially when you're, like I said, I've been on a roll of trying to get at least 4 a week done. So yeah, so I got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did get 4 done because I'll finish her quilt tonight. It won't take me but another hour of sewing, and then it probably takes me about 15 minutes each time I have to roll the quilt. So it should be done by the time I go to bed. So I'm gonna write it on Saturday. Write it done tonight. 2 hours, I should be through with it easily. So I didn't put a I didn't put a pin in the other corner, and my, the bottom corner, and that's what's falling off the design wall. I didn't even hear it. It was a silent swish. Okay, I don't want my quilt wrinkled, so let me get a pen and go take care of it. I'm going to be pressing it, so I don't want to be pressing it more. Yeah, just to keep it up there. It's because it's got all of those seams in it, and any quilt with a lot of seams get very, very heavy. And on my design wall, I do have batting. I like batting on my design walls over flannel because it grabs better. But even heavily seamed quilts, if you don't lay it flat the entire way on batting, it's just not going to stick up there either. So let's start taking these off. 1. This is 4. I don't want to press over that. So let's start pressing these. Oh, I see where my I had to go back in and out to see where I had posted the information about the website. So for those that are coming in, I had put a link up here, teaquiltsnews@yahoo.com. Please send an email to that if you want to be added to the Teaquilts newsletter. That's where retreat information is going to start coming from. Since I'm having problems with my other email, and I'm hoping this will solve it. We shall see. It's just another thing Gail and I are doing. And then Gail's also in there. And she's the one that if my email doesn't work to send, then she'll be sending it. So, but you got to get into that group. We just created it this week. I need to put some water in here, but we're going to keep going. For right now, it's no big deal. We're going to press it again later anyway. Right here is sewed. Swellen. Is your bobbin as large as a long arm? If so, probably M. Yes, it is. It looks like a long arm size bobbin. Because I don't know if it's M or L, but I think it's an M. People saying the quilt's beautiful. Thank you to Remo and Carla and Sherry. I got to get used to her new name. She gives me new names every time. So I have to get used to that one. And hi, Jim Bennett. Welcome, welcome. Haven't seen you in a minute. Pretty from Maddie and Joe Cormel. Going to be a large quilt, yes. It's actually a rectangular quilt. It's still not big enough to go on my queen bed with double, with the double mattress, the double padding on mattress. I need like a 96 square inch. It's a weird size, but that's what I need for my queen bed. Okay, we're going to sew these. I know I still got this one on there, but we're trying to get this sewed. We only got 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. If you know, you know. Okay, so these. Okay, little fluffy right here, huh? All of these fat seams. Do you have that t-shirt available, Carla? And I would like one. No, this was a shirt that I did as a test model. I was testing out glow in the dark, and it does glow in the dark, but not on this one, but the other one that I tested, all the glow in the dark stuff like came off. And if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't the dryer, it was the washing machine. So it doesn't, and I've probably used a different type of vinyl, and I can't remember which vinyl this is compared to the other vinyl that I used, but it doesn't like to double stick because I have it. I would have to do this and not have a background, or have it like space of the t-shirt color would have to be spaced inside the other letter color, which is, a whole nother issue. So I never revisited this. I was just testing out glow in the dark vinyl. So there is no shirt for this. And one of you all need to tell me what shirt y'all need, because I wrote that stuff down somewhere, but I don't know where it is. This is all my sewing machine. Well, some of my sewing machine, because Juki is on here. And the Fourth Creative Vision, I did add them. Look at me. I'm more organized than I think. I didn't even know I had done that. I was thinking that the Fourth Creative Vision wasn't on there. It's on there. I was thinking the brother wasn't on there. It's on there. So I need to update. And that's, how many machines is on here? I have a Nelco that's locked up. I need to look into that. Sewing machines I have. Singer 503A. If I'm not mistaken, I got 2 of them. One's in a table in my garage. I bought it because I just wanted the accessories. It was cheaper than buying the accessories. So I bought a second machine because the machine I bought, they didn't have the accessories. I don't know what this is. I don't know what EMB is. I don't know what that is and why that's up here, but it's there. Singer Featherweight 221, a Singer CXL, a Singer XL 1000, Singer Heavy Duty, Singer Quantum 9600, Singer Treadle Machine, Baby Lock Elegante, Baby Lock Elissimo. I have a Singer in my closet, and I don't know what model it is. I bought it from one of my guild members. Her mom had passed, and I just wanted to hold on to it in case she wanted it back, or just, I like sentimental things, so I got that machine. I've only sewed on it a couple of times. When I first got it, everything was fine. I need to pull that machine out because I think it'll be a good retreat machine. I probably need to order a 1/4-inch foot for it, so I need to pull that out, but it's in the closet and we ain't even playing with the closet right now. So that's number 10. We got Bernina 770 QEE, which means it's the quilting and embroidery edition. Gamma Vision, well, that's a sewing machine 2.0. And I got my grandmother's machine, which is a Singer clone. I can't remember what off-brand is on there. I need to go back and watch my videos of my sewing machines. And then the Nelco I just told you about is 14. That's locked up. I mean, it won't do nothing. It's like a doorstop. But I've been thinking about, because all the old machines, all they got to do is take them apart, and it probably can be redone and put back into commission. It was in a table. I took it out the table because it wasn't sewing anyway. So if I ever get it, take it to the shop and see if they can unlock it. That'll be great. And then 15, 16, and 17 is the brother, the Juki, the Fourth Creative Vision. And then it says turn over. But this is just talking about information about my Bernina, what version I had before I took it to the shop or after I took it to the shop. I'm not sure because I didn't put a date on it. But a list of my sewing machines. Yeah. And Sherry talking about doorstop, just stop. Laughing out loud. Look at those flat seams. Right, I pride myself on the front of my quilt and the back of my quilts look good. I try to do that. That's why I go to the big place to go press everything after the fact too. I want my quilts to be flat. I don't want them to have humps because of big seams. And so I can go use that Oliso iron. And let me tell y'all, I did go press like some quilt fabric for borders when I was pressing that fabric. I did cut on my Oliso that was at retreat, and it is working. It's working no problem. What happened to that iron is that Oliso irons are meant to stay flat. And people kept sitting it up on the back rest. Now you can cut the motion off, and every time you sit it on its back rest, the prongs are sticking out. I think it was confused every time somebody went to pick it up. It thought it had hit the surface, and so the feet would start going up and down. By the time I got to it, it was it happened Saturday night or Friday night, because retreat was almost over when it happened. And the iron would not stop going up and down, even with no hands on it. That Oliso iron was just going up and down, and would not stop. I unplugged it, replugged it back in, and it just went berserk again. So I think it got mad at retreat because it had been abused. It was not being used correctly. If it's going to sit up on its base, you need to make it so that the feet prongs don't come out. So I let it sit this whole time until last week when I was doing border work. And it's working fine. I'm glad, but I do have like another Oliso iron, waiting to be used. I've had it for like 2, maybe 3 years now. I bought this Oliso iron. I can't tell you. It was like it had to be pre-COVID for sure. I can't tell you when I bought that iron. It's old. So it's doing its thing. Oh, this one I want to put the corner. Oh, I can't put the corner on here. This is the one where I'm going to have to pin this because I have to put the row on either side before I can put my corner on. I like putting my corner on last. So all I'm going to do is just not the biggest pin because I don't want to get stuck over and over again. I'm just going to put a pin in here. So I know. And then these two are ready to go get together. So it's 10 o'clock though. I got 3 more seams. So maybe I should just do those. Get this row over and done with. I knew I wouldn't have time to do the next row. This is 6. 6 would be half. So let's do this so I don't have to come back in here because I probably won't. Because I'm quilting. Trying to get people's quilts out. They want their stuff too. This is not the right number though. So I'm going to have to cut this. We're just going to waste a little thread trying to get it done now. And I have no water. We're not going to worry about that. Have no steam. I like steam to help press some of these seams down. But again, I will, before I sew these chunks together, I will be going back and pressing all of this individually. So this one goes over here. This is the piece I'm not sewing on right now. So it's going to look a little weird until I get the 2 pieces on either side. So that's going to be a long while. Because I have to make row number 7. And that'll be next week. All right. That's that. And then I can sew these 2 pieces together. Right here. And your quilt is beautiful. Love it. Thank you. I will do a good job of pressing, like, the day or hour before the next live. So therefore, when I come back, I can sew. I'll go ahead and sew those rows together when I come back. So we'll have, if I don't sew row 7 with row 6, we'll have half the quilt done minus the corner. If I don't sew 6 to 7, because row 6 is actually half the quilt. Okay, everything is sewed. I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Just want to make sure nothing else. Put the scissors up, and we're going to press these 2 seams I just sewed. And Miss T, did you get that Oliso at that one backroom sale we went to at Jackman's? No, that was some other iron that didn't last. Some other, was it? Oh my, I don't know. Could have been. It could have been Kevin. Kevin remember everything. And then I ordered the next one, but I thought I got it at a quilt show. And then I thought I ordered one from Amazon online. I don't know if I won't be able to tell you if it came from a quilt show. I got an iron, but I can't remember what brand it was. It might have been like a Rowenta, I thought. And I might just have it for retreats that I haven't pulled out yet. Because I don't know. I might still be in the box, Kevin, because I've been using the Oliso. I'm going to go look one of these days. Because I still haven't used the iron that you use every day. I forget the name of it now. The Kai iron. Yeah, that. I haven't even used that. It's a retreat iron. The nice thing is, well, it's not really a nice thing, but, you know, we got 2 rooms next year at retreat. So I'll be needing, I normally bring 2 irons, because Sue will bring a board. She brought an iron this time, I think, because I think I only put 1 iron out, if I'm not mistaken. But I always bring 2 irons to retreat, and then Jennifer brings an iron and an ironing surface. So we're going to need, a little bit more ironing surfaces. So I'll be hitting some people up to bring an ironing surface, because we don't want people to have to walk to a whole nother room just to be able to press. Look at this. This is ridiculous how long this is. This is folded in half. Ooh-wee. Big. Diagonal quilts get big fast. So, yeah. So this I will just leave here. Even if I don't put it together right now, I need row 7 in order to put the corner on. So I still might do row 7 first. Get the corner on in small chunks instead of having the whole thing put together. But yeah, really nice. So thank you all for staying extra few minutes with me to get that part sewed. I hate putting stuff up in pieces. Like, I've got all of my rows like pinned together. So I just hate putting stuff up in pieces. So I like to, if I'm going to do a row, I want the whole row sewed. I don't want to put it up with half a row sewed together. So thank you, Patricia, saying your quilt is beautiful. So it's better to press seams all open, all seams better to the dark all the time. If I'm using a lot of half square triangles or a lot of seams, I really prefer to press my seams open. However, if you're working on a Bonnie Hunter quilt and you're pressing seams open, it takes longer to press seams open. That's the one downside to pressing seams open. However, I do recommend it, although I didn't do it. I started out doing it and then I stopped, and I wish I would have, because they're bulky. And but it's too much. I'm trying to get this quilt done at this point, so I'm not pressing things open. Miss T, he asked me that. Siege Joy Creation saying good night. Look forward to the final quilt. Yes, me too, girl. You heard it here from Miss T. Kevin remembers everything, laughing out loud. Yeah, but I think it was a Rowenta iron, and you bought a different brand. And I don't think your iron lasted long. And I think when I pulled mine out, it was just okay. I think it may not have been the stuff was cutting off maybe too fast or something. Or I had my Oliso out and I like my Oliso, so I wasn't going to put it up. I hate to put up an iron that's working to pull out a new iron. I'll just use it for like 30 days in the warranty period, and then I'll put it back up in a box. So, good night, everybody. Got Sue Allen saying good night, Remo JS, Carla Ford, and Jim Bennett. So, thank you all so much for coming. I will see you all Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't know what I'm doing. Maybe we might be sewing some of these rows together. I don't know. We'll find out. If you all don't have any questions on Wednesday, that's probably what I'll do if I get stuff pressed. And my brother's saying goodnight, so it's Joyce and Michelle, the quilter, and Sheila. Sherry, not Sheila, Sherry. So that's going to be it, guys. I will see you all next time. You all stay safe. Be blessed, everyone, and quilt out.